Thank you so much, Umair. Can we have a bit more light so I can see everybody's face? Assalamu alaikum, everybody. I'm going to gauge, we have 30 minutes, and I know I have very limited time, but before we start this conversation, and I have the most amazing speakers, I need to set some expectations, and I cannot do them before talking to you. So I'm going to take 2 to 3 minutes and have some conversation with the audience. And for that, I need to look at them. And if you could have a bit more light. I need a bit more cheer from the audience and a bit more hello. Is everybody awake? That's not enough of a clap. Hello, everybody. All right, so a lot of people have welcomed you to Lahore. How many of you are from Lahore? Fantastic. How many of you are not from Lahore? That's amazing. How many of you are here to build your own startup? That's amazing. None of you. Okay, I do see 2 hands. Okay, and to understand your expectation from this, I need, you're most welcome to give me, and I could hand over the mic, if you have an expectation from this panel, आप लोग इस पैनल से क्या आउटकम अचीव करना चाहते हैं? ऐसा क्या चाहते हैं जो हम बात करें, जो आपके लिए बहुत beneficial हो? I would also want you to tell me how many of you are working currently and are looking forward to understand कि कौन से trends हैं जो हमें इस conversation से पता चलेंगे? Okay. Is there a volunteer in the audience who would like to tell me कि इस panel से वो कुछ सीखना चाहेंगे particularly? Okay, so we don't have a volunteer, we don't have a question, we don't have a oh, we do. That's amazing. I have one person. Please.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Yeah.
So I haven't decided before, but as you are asking, and there is no volunteer, so just that's why
Feel free to.
Okay. So I just want to know the main or the core value that lead the Nishad Group to the position where it is today. As I have a knowledge of a little background at from where it started, and now it's one of the most renowned group doing so good in business sector. So what's the main value? Was it the agility, or was it to what value they give the credit of their success?
Okay. Thank you. Your name?
Khadija Mubarak.
Khadija. Is there anybody else? I do have a question from the audience, and I want to know if all of you are CFOs. Are you all managers? What are you guys? Help me understand. I can't seem to understand who I'm talking to. So you're not managers, you're not CFOs. Are you CEOs? You're not even CEOs. But everybody seems to be looking at me. I think you're amused. I like that at least you're waking up from the lunch. Are you all awake from the lunch break? Are you all awake? No? Yes? Are you sure? Fantastic. We have some yes. Okay, moving forward. I'm grateful that we have Salman Hafiz and Faisal Khan both with us today in this panel. And I tried my best that some of you could speak because you're in Lahore, and Lahore is a chatty city as much as it's a foodie city. So I thought it might have had some impact on you. But I hope that you get to go back transformed and take back some value. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to now invite Mr. Salman Hafiz, the Executive Director, Nishad. Salman Saab. तालियां बजा दें. आपकी तालियों से लगा नहीं आपने लंच किया है. Thank you, Salman. Please. We also have with us Mr. Faisal Khan, CEO, IGI Insurance. Faisal, thank you. Faisal's here from Karachi. Salman's here from Lahore. So we have an amazing city mix. And I'm also from Lahore. Right, gentlemen, you have your mics.
Yes, I think it works.
Great. So, ये तो आपने देख लिया कि लंच के बाद सबसे मुश्किल
I
काम
think you have failed miserably.
I have. Thank you, Faisal. He has validated that I've failed. And it's pretty bad to get an F. I've never really gotten an F, but it's quite good to be validated on screen in front of people. Are you guys happy now? Is it good? You guys are clapping at my F? Okay. So how do you want to move on now? Do you want him to talk? I did something good. At least I got you claps, Faisal. Okay, so moving on, I did request Umair that हमारे पास 24 मिनट का टॉक टाइम बचा है, जिसमें से जब 19 मिनट बच जाएं तो मुझे पिंग कर दीजिएगा. तो ladies and gentlemen, I would like to start this conversation, and now that both of you are here, and we have this, overarching conversation, and बहुत सारे लोगों ने already highlight किया है agility के ऊपर, CFOs के role के ऊपर. But my first question to both of you, and you can all both start, is कि हम बहुत सारी बात करते हैं डिजिटल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की, डिजिटल लैंडस्केप की, पाकिस्तान में बहुत कुछ हो रहा है, डिजिटल इंक्लूजन की, डिजिटल, लेकिन असल में अभी जिस तरह खातून ने भी सवाल पूछा, आप दोनों की रिस्पेक्टिव इंडस्ट्री को लेकर अगर पूछा जाए तो असल में क्या हो रहा है और क्या नहीं हो रहा जिसको होना चाहिए?
आवाज आ रही है? जी जी. एक तो सना, ये जो दिस टर्म ऑफ एजिलिटी इज वेरी मिसकंस्ट्रूड. इन माय लास्ट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, मैं जब सीईओ था तो इन माय टाउन हॉल मीटिंग्स आई यूज्ड टू टॉक अबाउट एजिलिटी एंड एडेप्टेबिलिटी every quarter, and because I believe that this is something which is really need of the hour for the businesses. So, one of my direct report who was leading marketing, जब मैंने ये terminology ज़्यादा press करना शुरू की, inculcate करना शुरू की, तो he started going back and forth in Europe and USA every fortnight. So मैंने जब traveling का bill देखा, मैंने कहा क्या हो रहा है? तो कहता आप ही तो कहते थे agile होना है हमें. So I'm just going to meet customers every fortnight. मैं क्या ये agility नहीं है भाई? So agility is not something कि आपने travel करते रहना हर वक्त. So I think this is something which is really misconstrued. Agility is something which you need to inculcate in the whole organization in a way कि जहाँ पे from whole processes end to end आपके जो हैं वो सारे के सारे in a very sophisticated way intertwine हों, और आपकी जो lead times, आपकी जो throughput times हैं वो eliminate हो रही हैं, उनके अंदर inefficiencies eliminate हो रही हों. And coming back to your topic, before I touch that topic, almost 2 years back, मैं पढ़ रहा था quantum leadership के ऊपर, and this topic really resonates with it. Quantum leadership and quantum physics के ऊपर अगर आप देखें ना, so I think especially for us as accountants or chartered accountants, so quantum physics is kind of the concept. ये जो रिफ्लेक्ट करता है इज द realm ऑफ पोटेंशियलिटीज एंड पॉसिबिलिटीज. इसी तरह अगर आप देखें कि आजकल की इन्वायरमेंट के अंदर और आजकल की चेंजिंग और चैलेंजिंग इन्वायरमेंट के अंदर जहां पे बिजनेस के लैंडस्केप्स आर कंप्लीटली चेंजिंग एंड डिस्ट्रप्शन इज हैपनिंग ऑल ओवर द प्लेसेस. सो जो CFOs और चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट्स जैसे बाबर साहब ने भी बात की, दे नीड टू चेंज देयर लेंस. ये दे नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द बिजनेस from the perspective of कि इसके normally हमारी जो chartered accountants हैं ना, we are normally conditioned to look into black and whites. So business के decisions are always in gray. So वहाँ पे there are a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of potentialities and possibilities which you need to tap into. So just coming back to the topic now, एक तो मैं देख रहा था कि ये जितना मुश्किल टॉपिक था हमारे लिए, it looks like a ChatGPT took too much time to came up with this idea, empowered growth, digital ecosystem. So I think this is what is expected from us के जो हमारी जो cloud native API integrated and blockchain supported प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर we need to synergize startups, but with a legacy business, decades old legacy business working on Excel and papers. So I think this is the main challenge which is happening in the whole industry, all across. So अगर आप मेरे से पूछें, digital ecosystem is a real enabler. There used to be a time जब हम इसको समझते थे, it's a support system. You just accumulate the data and you just put up certain insights out of those data, and उसकी basis पे आप कोई decision लें, data driven decisions लें. But अगर आप मेरे से पूछें आप, तो इस वक्त जो businesses के landscape change हुए, I think what are the 4 challenges which a business is facing? You need to be very cost competitive. आप कोई भी काम कर लें. Let's say फैसल साहब अगर इंश्योरेंस का काम कर रहे हैं, कोई टेक्सटाइल का कर रहा है, बैंकिंग में, किसी भी बिजनेस के अंदर, सीमेंट के अंदर, किसी भी सेक्टर के अंदर, you need to be cost competitive because cost is really skyrocketing. You need to be very agile in terms of your decision making, in terms of reducing your lead times, throughput times, your processes के अंदर जो inefficiencies हैं उनको eliminate करना. You need to be very adaptable, flexible. जैसे consumer देखें, Gen Z जो अगर मैं Gen Z की बात करूं, जो consumer है किसी भी चीज की, मैं अगर टेक्सटाइल की बात करूं, so they are not brand loyal, they are fashion loyal, very fashion savvy. आज वो सस्ती चीज खरीदेंगे बट न्यूनेस पे जाएंगे. So that's why this fast fashion concept is really stemming up and stemming out from the whole concept. So you need to be very adaptable. आप देखें जो आज से 10-15 साल पहले टेक्सटाइल का या अपैरल फैशन इंडस्ट्री का जो लैंडस्केप था, वहाँ पे बड़े बड़े रन्स होते थे, आपकी 2 कलेक्शंस आती थी साल के अंदर, फॉल विंटर स्प्रिंग समर. अभी आप देखें ब्रांड्स लाइक ऑफ Zara, H&M and Shein, the Chinese brand which is really skyrocketed in terms of their presence globally. अब उनके लीड टाइम्स, उनकी जो प्रोडक्ट ऑफरिंग है, they are in millions and their collections are like 30 to 40 collections in a year. So उनकी सप्लाई चेन देखें कितनी फास्ट और एजाइल होने की जरूरत है. एंड द 4th थिंग इज यू नीड टू बी वेरी ट्रेसेबल. अब स्पेशली ट्रेसेबिलिटी का, सस्टेनेबिलिटी का कॉन्सेप्ट बाबर साहब ने भी टच किया. सो आई थिंक इन सारी चीजों को अगर आपने रियल टाइम इनेबल करना है, तो दिस कैन नॉट हैपन विदाउट क्रिएटिंग ए डिजिटल इकोसिस्टम, एंड इट्स ए रियल इनेबलर. आप देखें नॉर्मली मेरे से अगर जस्ट लास्ट कमेंट, अगर आप देखें ग्लोबली या ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के अंदर देखें, कॉर्पोरेट्स के अंदर देखें, तो अपार्ट फ्रॉम देयर कॉर्पोरेट स्ट्रैटेजी, देयर बिजनेस स्ट्रैटेजी, देयर आर 2 टॉप फंक्शनल स्ट्रैटेजीज जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को इनकलकेट करनी है. वन इज योर टैलेंट स्ट्रैटेजी एंड सेकंड इज योर डिजिटल स्ट्रैटेजी. आई थिंक पाकिस्तानी ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस इसके ऊपर काफ़ी लैग करती हैं, और जो लैग करती हैं उसमें एक तो हम थोड़ा पीछे हैं, और उसके अलावा कल्चरली भी हम बहुत ज़्यादा ना अभी हमने ये चीज़ इनकलकेट नहीं की. और एट टाइम्स मुझे लगता है कि जो लीडरशिप कमिटमेंट है ना, वो भी थोड़ी शैलो होती है. कि वो कह तो देते हैं नॉर्मली व्हेन दे आर प्लेइंग गोल्फ एंड समवन इज सेइंग कि मैंने सैप पे चला गया हूँ, मैं S4 हाना पे चला गया हूँ, मैं ऑरेकल पे चला गया हूँ, मैं उस पर माइक्रोसॉफ्ट डायनामिक्स पे चला गया हूँ, मैंने ब्लॉकचेन पे चला गया हूँ. एंड दे कम एंड दे टेल देयर CFOs और देयर CIOs कि आपने ये काम करना है, बट दे डोंट हैव रियल कमिटमेंट इनटू दैट इक्वेशन. और 3-4 महीने के बाद वो उनकी भी डाई डाउन कर जाती है.
Thank you, Salman sir. I think you made a great point on culture, and I think we'll continue the conversation on that. Faisal, I know that you've been very patient, but before I need to test your patience and ask the audience one more question. I'm going to try my luck one more time. They've already said I'm going to fail. Okay, so how many of you have recently bought insurance online?
What a pity.
Wow. How many of you have bought auto insurance online? Have you all failed? We have one person. Over to you, Faisal. I've
Probably
proved my
yes.
point.
So this sets the scene for us, right? Well, I think yes. I will take forward from you what you have just said. That I think as an industry, there's a lot more to be done. When you talk about Pakistan, the overall insurance landscape, we are still quite small, even in terms of the conventional means of selling business and conventional means of doing insurance business. We are quite small. So just to give you some number, so it's like less than 1% of the total GDP. So you talk about general insurance is 0.3, 0.6 is probably life. So altogether, the market size, if I say, is somewhere close to, if I only take the private sector insurance business of general and life, which is life and non-life together, it's less than 500 billion rupees, and which translates into 1.5 billion US dollars. So it's not that big. And out of that 1.5 billion US dollars worth of revenue, which we do for life and non-life together, it's just a fraction which we sell digitally. So it's probably not more than a couple of billion rupees. So we talk about general or the non-life piece of business, we do somewhere around 215 billion odd rupees, 215 arab rupees. And out of that, just 2 billion is kind of sold through digital means. So this tells you, and I feel no shame in confessing, I think here we kind of have not utilized the full potential of what the industry has. So in the past years, you probably would have seen, I mean, even in the corporates as well, we probably would agree, that our agents used to carry those cover notes books printed in their hands, and they used to visit the mills and the factories, and they tend to issue those cover notes right in at the spot, and they transact the business. They collect either the cash or the checks or any kind of instruments which they can deposit as premiums. So now it's not the case anymore. People want efficiency. People want service. So there are a lot many means that you, even with this meager, you could say, the infrastructure which is available at the moment. So we talk about the overall market size, as I just said. Out of those 34, 35 insurance companies and few takaful operators, quite a few just have this infrastructure which is enabling them digitally to have the systems integrated end to end. And when I say integrated, it means right from the inception of the risk, which is, the moment you purchase or think to purchase your insurance, be it a conventional product or a takaful or any Sharia compliant product you wish to buy, and until the time that you, God forbid, you have a claim and then you receive that payment from the insurance company. So from that end-to-end journey, this is something which really, really needs, altogether a big system change. I think it still takes a lot of time, despite that all the information is collected from the insureds after the surveys and everything is done. But there are just few companies only who are capable to meet those expectations. So I think we are a nation who always needed some kind of dhakka start. And I must tell you that, I think COVID was one episode which really jolted us. And that was the time that the industry realized that what if that all of the financial system just cripples and just collapse and that you're not able to make any transactions unless you're there physically available. So I think we were the very first companies, IGI, who were up and running the very next day because we have enabled all our people, all our human resource people who could have that accessibility to the systems. So you need to have that infrastructure available within your organizations for yourself to deliver that kind of experience which the customer expects. So nowadays, I think people just don't want for you to wait on the assessment being done. It might take ages for you to decide on the numbers. I think the systems should be kind of enabling enough that we are able to make up our decisions and come back to the customer very quickly. So when it comes to the auto segment, I think this is one sector which we have developed quite fast. And now, I think in the past few months, there's been quite some improvement in terms of the enabling the regulatory environment. So I think SECP has taken that chance, and we are working, IAP, the Insurance Association of Pakistan, is working very closely with the federal government and also Sindh government, who has taken this initiative of selling the third-party auto liability insurance. So there, we are just about to launch that portal where people would be able to buy this independently, get this verified, and it there is recorded into the system. So we are developing not only a repository through a CDC, but also connecting it with the mainstream system of the excise and taxation with the Ministry of Excise and Taxation in Sindh, and also later to connect with the rest of the other provinces in Balochistan, Punjab, KPK, and the federal territories. So I think that is going to be a game changer. We are expecting that probably it could generate the premium which is as big as 20 billion rupees. And that is something I mean, if this happens, it's something which is going to open up new ways for people to transact business. But at the moment, as I said, I mean, even on the portals, even on your apps, I mean, whichever the companies have launched those apps, there is a very small footfall. And probably there is a lot more to be done in terms of the awareness for the customers, and not only for the customers, but all the stakeholders, that people would have that kind of a belief in the system that, yes, if you buy digitally without an agent, probably without a broker, probably some of the broking friends might not like that, but yes, sometimes you just want to have that experience yourself. And be it an individual policy for motor, or for travel, for health, or just a big corporate policy you want to buy for your fleet, for your factory. So that's something which is now kind of, it requires some huge investment, right? So it's not something which comes easy. So you have to have people who think technically, who have some technical backgrounds. So it's just a coincidence that out of the 4 top companies, we being the 4th largest, the top 3 companies have the CEOs who have an engineering background, including myself. And then we have like whole functions in the companies, the risk management functions and the underwriting and the claims that we are encouraging people from Gen Z, people from the young generation to join this. I mean, usually when you talk about insurance, I think in the whole of the, the audience here, you'll probably find just a couple of people here who would have thought of joining insurance as a profession, right? So, I mean, but then again, we are not that bad, I must tell you. Yeah.
No, thanks, Faisal. And I think his point on culture and your point on talent, and I think I'm going to merge them both. But before doing that, I just want to share a piece of information कि जब हम digital ecosystem की बात करते हैं, उसमें इतने सारे key players हैं और हमने बहुत conversations की कि आप लोगों से हम क्या conversation करें. तो एक take point सिर्फ क्विकली मैं ऐड करना चाहूँगी जो इन दोनों ने मुझे समझाया भी, और मेरा इनसे ये सवाल था लॉजिस्टिक्स के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से, ये जनरली कि ये सब लोग बैठे होंगे तो ये ज़रूर पूछना चाहेंगे कि सप्लाई चेन जो है वो रिटेलर्स जो हैं वो कैसे अपग्रेड करें. तो सलमान साहब ने भी मुझे उसमें बताया कि उस पर बहुत सारा काम हो रहा है. और फैसल, यू मेंशन दैट IGI इज़ ऑल्सो वर्किंग ऑन अपग्रेडिंग के इनवॉइसिंग जो है वो ऑलरेडी retailer खुद कर पाएगा. तो I think this is a huge update in terms of कि अगर B2B can be empowered, that is the real खाली customer नहीं, but that is the real empowerment, and this is what Quantum Leap is. And that's what we're talking about. So I thought that was a great point from our discussion, and I just wanted to share it with all of you. And moving forward, जो हमारा culture और talent के हवाले से एक point है जो मैं आप सबके लिए ज़रूर mention करना चाहूँगी कि शायद आप लोगों में से किसी का दिल करे टेक्सटाइल्स में या इंश्योरेंस में काम करने को. सो मूविंग फॉरवर्ड, कल्चर की हमने बहुत बात की और बहुत सारी कॉन्वर्सेशंस हो रही हैं डिजिटल को लेके कि डिजिटल लैंडस्केप जो है वो पाकिस्तान का ऐसा होना चाहिए वैसा होना चाहिए. और सलमान साहब ने भी यही बात की कि टेक्निकली तो ट्रिकल डाउन इम्पैक्ट है, और आपने भी ये बात की कि IGI is cool enough that it's hiring Gen Z. Look at him, he's young. And he's a CEO, so there's something right happening.
Embarrassing me.
No, I mean, I failed, so I can embarrass you. So I think that's a question for both of you, and for something for the audience. कि जब हम digital landscape की बात करते हैं, तो अब हम किस तरह के talent pool को देख रहे हैं और किस तरह की leadership को देख रहे हैं जो इसको आगे लेके जाएगी ताकि quantum leap sustain भी कर सके.
अगर आप इसमें देखें सना तो नॉर्मली ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस के अंदर जो डिजिटल ट्रांजिशन है जो नॉर्मली फेल होती हैं उसकी अगर आप इफ़ यू जस्ट ट्राई टू जॉट डाउन द रीजंस, तो एक तो सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट ये है कि द लेगेसी सिस्टम विच दैट पर्टिकुलर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैरी, और उस लेगेसी सिस्टम के अंदर बहुत सारी मिसकंसेप्शन होती हैं. द पीपल हु आर सिटिंग एट द हेल्म ऑफ अफेयर्स, सो दे फील नॉर्मली, एंड देयर इज अ मिथ कि जब हम चेंज करेंगे इस ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन जर्नी पे एम्बार्क करेंगे, एंड प्रॉब्ली दे फील थ्रेटन कि हमें एक तो जो हमारी कैपेबिलिटी है उसको अपस्किल करना पड़ेगा. इफ़ वी कैन नॉट अपस्किल आवर सेल्फ, तो प्रॉबली शायद बिकॉज ऑफ डिजिटलाइजेशन बहुत सारी जो जॉब्स हैं वो रिडंडेंट हो जाएंगी, एंड दैट इज द मेन रीजन विच क्रिएट्स लॉट ऑफ barricades when you start transforming the organization or start embarking an organization on a digitalization journey. I think that is something which you need to unlock. और दूसरा जो सबसे important मेरे ख्याल में मिस्टेक करती हैं ऑर्गेनाइजेशन, they always try to go with the big bang theory कि सारा कुछ एक ही दफ़ा चेंज कर दें, rather than kind of going through a concept of incrementality कि आप पायलट प्रोजेक्ट करें, उसके ऊपर सक्सेस क्रिएट करें, एंड वो कहते हैं ना, देयर इज नो इम्पॉर्टेंट रेफरेंस देन ए सक्सेस. सो व्हेन यू क्रिएट ए सक्सेस स्टोरी, एंड आई थिंक देन पीपल स्टार्ट लैचिंग ऑन विद योर कॉन्सेप्ट और द चेंज मैनेजमेंट प्रोसेस. फिर यू नीड टू अपस्केल or upskill the current capability skill set of the organization without changing or without disrupting the overall management structure. You just need to plug in certain जैसे फैसल साहब भी कह रहे थे कि Gen Z और जो tech savvy हमारी generation है उसको आपको plug in करने की ज़रूरत है.
Sorry to interrupt, we have 5 minutes, Sana, as you requested, 5 minutes.
So I think these are the things which you need to really inculcate or plan together. और फिर उसके बाद जो आपका प्रोसेस है वो उसके ऊपर, जैसे हमने पहले भी कहा, देयर हैज़ टू बी लीडरशिप कमिटमेंट एंड देयर हैज़ टू बी ए गवर्नेंस मॉडल. जैसे आपकी डिजिटलाइज, देखें नॉर्मली ऑर्गेनाइजेशन क्या करती है, और मेरे ख्याल में बहुत बड़ी मिस्टेक करती हैं, दे जस्ट एम्बार्क ऑन दिस जर्नी विदाउट एनी डिजिटल स्ट्रैटेजी. यू नीड टू हैव ए स्ट्रैटेजी इन प्लेस, और उसके बाद फिर आप जो स्टेप्स लें, दो स्टेप्स शुड बी इन ए वेरी इंक्रीमेंटलिटी वे, माइंडसेट के साथ कि मेरा नॉर्थ स्टार ये, एंड आई नीड टू रीच देयर, व्हाट लिटिल और माइनर स्टेप आई नीड टू टेक इन ऑर्डर टू रीच देयर. सो आई थिंक देयर आर लॉट ऑफ सक्सेस स्टोरीज इन पाकिस्तान, इवन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंसर्न्स के अंदर भी, एंड लॉट ऑफ पीपल आर इन्वेस्टिंग लॉट ऑफ मनी. ऑल्दो इसकी ROI जो है, अगर आप, एंड लास्ट कॉमेंट, अगर आप इसकी देखें ना, मेरे कॉन्सेप्ट में, अगर दिस इज अ वेरी हाई लेवल ऑफ ROI which you can churn out of digitalization. When you embark on ERP environment, what does it give you? It gives you real visibility. When you deploy IoT devices on a lot of machines, it gives you real-time information in terms of your efficiencies. When you deploy machine learning concepts on your machines, it can predict your maintenance. कि किस time पे आपने किस machine को maintain करना है. When you deploy your digital dashboards or BI tools, it can enable you to avoid your risk or mitigate your risk through forecasting, predictability. So I think it has a lot of ROI to churn. So usko rather than just looking at it, this is something which we are going to invest as a cost, I think it's a huge investment, and it can create a lot of intrinsic value for the organization. एक normal अगर मेरे से पूछें, last comment, अगर एक normal organization with lesser robust environment, digital environment, and churning same price earning or churning same EPS versus an organization which have robust digital environment, in दोनों के price multiple में फर्क होगा. And because it has lot of and robust intrinsic asset which it carries, and we need to really focus on this thing, because this is the future of the organization. Rather than investing on product categories, offices, international expansion, you need to invest on the system. Thank you.
Thank you. I think I will also agree with you. When you talk about the digital landscape, I think telcos have done a marvelous job for us. And you look at the digital literacy, even people who are completely illiterate, who do not probably can read or write themselves, they still can use the smartphones. They can receive you just think about your domestic staff, the janitorial staff in your offices, even the gardener for your house. They all can transact business on mobile apps. So it's probably not that thing which, only comes in from the culture within the industry. I think there's a lot to be done for the masses to attain that digital literacy. And you see how you can achieve that and how you can bank on that. So for us, I think we've been partnering with the big telcos like Jazz and EasyPaisa. And with that communication channel, we have, not only invested heavily into that infrastructure or the entities itself, but also, providing that means of transacting that business. So just imagine that your domestic staff sitting in a suburb of the city can purchase a health insurance just by logging on to the balance on the mobile app, be it Jazz or anything else, and they can just use that as a policy to get themselves treated at any of the hospitals in that area. And it's without going or knocking the door of any insurance company themselves. So it's just one communication channel, kind of how well you integrate it into your systems. So you don't need to have that kind of digital literacy all across. It is just the mindset that you have to educate people, you have to have that awareness. And I think I will say that again, that telcos have done a wonderful job for that. And it was kind of a big stimulant for us, not only to sell these general insurance products, but also thinking about selling life products with that piece. So you see, for the likes of people who have worked in the life insurance industry, for the life insurance business, very, very difficult to sell. I mean, you have to work on person-to-person basis, and for an active agent, we call one active agent who could sell just one policy in a year. Just imagine. So with this high tele-density in the country, with every single person probably would be having a smartphone, every single household would be having, they probably have no means to feed themselves, but they would have their smartphones with themselves. And if we are able as an industry to provide that kind of financial inclusion, by virtue insurance is one thing which is very, very important, because we as an industry generate the revenue which is as big as 30 billion rupees just in a year. So in the last 5 years, insurance industry has raised the revenue which is as big as 100 billion rupees. 100 arab rupaye ka revenue. So just imagine that and it is just 1% insurance penetration. If we just make it to twice, just 1 more percent, and you would see this revenue can increase to 200 billion just to the government exchequer. And apart from that, if you talk about the masses, this is something which is going to be a game changer for yourself, for the people who do not have an outreach. I'm not talking about the corporates. If you talk about the huge population, which is probably more than 98% is uninsured, be it their lives, their assets, their houses, their businesses. We have a lot of confidence, and we are always relying on our faith. The Allah Malik hai. So now we also have like Takaful and Sharia compliant products that even if obviously we do understand that you have a strong faith in your core belief system, but then again, we do have like Sharia. And then again, I think SECP and State Bank both are done a commendable job in raising that awareness. And they have now encouraged the whole of the banking sector and the insurance sector to convert themselves to full Islamic. It's going to be a big challenge, I think. But I think we are inching towards that. You must have seen that in the past few years, many of the big banks have converted completely to Islamic, and they have probably not lost any business as such. So when it comes to insurance, I think we are quite far reaching out that journey, but I think that is achievable.
We've reached time.
So it says time up, and Umair is constantly. Thank you, Umair. Well done. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Question which that lady asked, I think we missed that. So I think I'm very younger in this organization, in this group. It's been almost 4 months, but the value which I have picked it up in terms of Nishad growing to this level, I think there are 2 things which I have really picked it up. I think they are very agile in terms of decision making. They don't go into too much analysis paralysis. And if Miyasa feels that this is a transaction I need to go into, he just takes a decision. And second, I think risk appetite. I think they have very high level of risk appetite. So in my view, if you are taking decisions, out of 10, 5, 6 decisions are hitting the bullseye, so I think that is a perfect. So these are the 2 things.
Thank you, Salman. I think that was a great response. Thank you, both of you. हमने अपनी तरफ से पूरी कोशिश की कि हम इस लिमिटेड टाइम में आपको सुलाए बगैर बेहतरीन इन्फॉर्मेशन दे सकें, वो जो कि इंडस्ट्री रिलेटेड भी हो, वो जो आपके काम भी आ सके और रेलेवेंट भी हो, प्रैक्टिकल भी हो. Thank you, gentlemen. It has been a pleasure listening to you. I hope I was not as a failure as you thought. Anyway, some clap would do. Thank you, gentlemen.